Hello everyone. Today we're looking at patch 11 for Hades, its newest major content patch. And we're going to start today talking about Dionysus, the wine god. So I didn't get to see him very much. I did 4 runs today, 3 of which got to the Hydra, 1 of which failed pretty early on. But I only ever saw him twice pop up. His boons seem to have more of a survival lean than a lot of the previous gods, which is a nice addition. It's nice to have one that isn't hyper focused on damage. And that could just be of my small sample size of like 2 that was the case. But they're pretty nice. Um, the game has felt like a lot of survivability comes from the mirror previously, so it's nice to have a god who's really trying to have survivability put into it, so you're picking up some more as you go. Um, the next one I want to talk about is the Adamant Rail. It's the new weapon that was added, so we finally have a 5th weapon after a couple updates of just being stuck with the same 4. This thing is really fun. Um, I think it needs some tuning to be like fair and not kind of bullshit, but it's really it's really different from anything we've had. Um, and it's just fun to kill things with it. It's very cathartic. Um, I I cannot imagine how this would feel if this wasn't early access and this was just put into a game of mine. I would probably be really annoyed that something this strong was put in to kind of like take away from the other weapons. Um, I, I didn't get to see much of the new story events. There's some new narrative with Meg if you get to her with the rail, which is really easy to do because, as I said, the weapon's kind of overly powerful, especially with certain combinations of god boons. Thankfully, actually, probably one of my least favorite boons, which still wasn't touched, being Ares, doesn't work very well on it. You actually lose out on Ares deal damage after you hit somebody a lot because it doesn't proc on every shot. Um, I'm really disappointed that we didn't see a nerf to Ares. Um, it might be just because I use Ares as kind of a crutch. I don't know if maybe he's just most people don't find it as good as I do. But I feel like Ares is a really hard carry in any fashion that you get him. If you get deals damage after you hit an enemy, or harms them after you hit them, it's significantly better than any other boon that I seem to have gotten from any other god on any weapon. So it's nice that this weapon doesn't really benefit from it too much. I didn't get to mess with Fated Authority. I didn't have the keys for it. I'm gonna hopefully grind that out tomorrow. Get the keys for Fated Authority. See how that works. I didn't get to check out Infernal Gates either. I haven't messed much with the Pact of Punishment. I'm bad at the game enough. I don't really need help making me worse. And as for some of the general patches that they did, I'm glad that they finally started tuning down some of the hitboxes of like the thugs. I always felt that they were a little too pull. I felt like they were always a little too pull heavy, and they always did a little too good of job hitting you whenever you tried dodging. So it's nice that we got some tuning on them. I tried the spear. It felt like it felt like the delay reduction between stabs felt a lot better. So you can, and the range on it feels amazing. They got the range in like the perfect spot. It feels great. I was really happy with that. Um, they made it to where numbskulls spawn in packs now instead of one by one, which can be a little jarring just having an army pop up around you simultaneously. Um, with some other ones, they made Gorgon's attacks apparently uh, more visible, which I didn't realize was a problem. I uh, I didn't really notice it too much in my last playthrough. I did notice I ran into Gorgons in the fields a lot more this time, which I was really happy about because when they came out, I didn't hit very many, and I was really sad. Um, we got reduced duration scaling with Hungry Blades on Ares, and it blows my mind that we got a nerf there and didn't see a nerf on any other of Ares' abilities because they just feel so much stronger than almost any other ability in the game, and it's just so I again, I don't know if that's just a me thing. It's so shocking to me that we didn't see one. I really thought we were going to get this one this time. Um, they gave the Shield of Chaos attack recovery. I didn't notice it. I have almost completely flipped on the Shield of Chaos. I think it's actually one of the worst weapons. Once you get over its charge, I think it just doesn't feel as good as the others. I didn't try the Stygian Blade. I never used it, really. I don't care for it. I have other things that I want to use. Um, Thunder Dash was nerfed, so we got another Zeus nerf this patch, which is weird, again, that they didn't nerf Ares. Because, Remedy was cut out, so I didn't get enough Chaos ones to actually know what Remedy does. Um, they made some of Chaos's stuff scale with Rarity, which is nice. It's nice for Rarity to actually mean something with him. They added a visual cue on the UI for Death Defiance, which is really, really nice. Oh, Death Defiance also now scales with total life. So it's no longer just a flat 20. More health you have, the better Death Defiance is, which is really nice to see that help you out in that way. And that's really it for a lot of the major changes that I noticed. I want to touch back on this gun real quick. The rail. For those of you who don't know, they added a gun. It's really fun. I'm not sure if this is going to be like a general route that they head down with future weapons, or if this was just kind of like, we want to try one, and this will be the only one we try. A part of me really loves just how ridiculous and over the top it is, but at the same time, I almost feel like I would rather them stick to more old school type weapons, like spear, sword, shield, bow. I guess the problem that they ran into was most likely that they were kind of having. I mean, once you kind of have those, you kind of have like the main archetypes of weapons. So they were trying to just make something new. It just potentially feels out of place. I think the game is like campy and cartoony enough to where it doesn't hurt it too much. But yeah, if it was really jarring seeing a gun just floating there for the first time. And none of the gods really acknowledge you having it when you're getting power-ups for it. The only one who really acknowledged the weapon's existence was Meg, which I was glad that somebody did. I wish they had added some boon flavor text in that the gods would actually acknowledge this weapon in some fashion. But yeah, so that's mainly it for the major updates. I had a lot of fun with this. Like I said, I'm gonna try and grind out some keys so I can try out the new mirror upgrade. I might, in that time, play with the punishment scroll, try and get the gates. I make no promises on that because, as I said, I'm already terrible at this game, and I really don't need that helping with that matter. But yeah, that's pretty much it for what I got today. Hopefully, we will be back in the next 2 weeks to see next 4 weeks rather, to see the next major content patch, and hopefully I can start putting out some more Hades videos for you guys to watch. Thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. What the hell just happened right there?